Attention please, a train is approaching. Attention please, a train is approaching.
Hey there, folks, come see. Tune in now for laughs and glee. Join the fun here on this spree. Click and subscribe, it's free.
Now, why would an American or a Westerner want to move to Thailand? The only answers that I can give are anecdotal ones based on my own experiences and what I've seen in the last 15 years throughout the kingdom. Yes, some come here to find love or pursue a relationship with someone who embodies what they consider to be the prime attributes of femininity. And yeah, I'm sure this doesn't sit well with those who are sensitive to Orientalism or gross stereotypes, but I've met many Western men who only date Thai women, and even some gay Western men who prefer only Thai men. Unfortunately, the image that pops into many minds is that of a portly, well beyond prime, white-haired, pink-skinned man with a pretty tan woman by his side. Love, chow please. But the Western Thai couples that I've known are often peers, albeit I was more exposed to the educated classes. Another reason that I am told that people like it here and they prefer living here is the climate. Thailand is hot, humid, and relentlessly so. But if you've been shoveling snow to commute to work for a few years, this could be reason enough in my opinion. Sure, there's Florida and California, but you're paying a premium to avoid the cold in those places. I hate the cold. I've always hated the cold. Sure, there are activities that can be done in the cold, and sometimes only activities that can be done in snow, but there are far more that can be done in hot weather, at least those that I prefer. You can wake up any morning and jog around Lumpini Park or Benjaketti Park in Bangkok any morning, any time of the year. But this is largely prohibitive if you live in Chicago or Denver or hell, Seattle. Even in the monsoon season here, most of the rain takes place in the late afternoon hours, allowing for morning and midday activities to be unencumbered. Then there's the actual pace of life. Previous to my moving to Thailand for the first time, I was giving a teaching position at a university just after the case of the swirly-faced sex offender. This caused all prospective university lecturers to be required to pull police reports and other pieces of paperwork and yada yada yada. This delayed my actually starting at the university by about 2 weeks. I was really nervous about this. When I showed up and I walked into the office and talked to my future dean, he said, don't worry about it. Mai pen rai. You'll make up the hours, I'm sure. And I'm sitting there looking at him like, what? Seriously? Mai pen rai. Mai pen rai meaning it's not important, or take it easy, or keep things in perspective. Mai pen rai. And that's kind of a mantra that you kind of have to live by when you're in Bangkok. You've got to take it easy. You've got to put things in perspective. For example, if you're waiting on a Thai friend to show up to a lunch date or any kind of activity, expect them to be about an hour late sometimes 2, and that's okay. In Bangkok, you can stay as busy as you want, but if you like your downtime, it's easy to get it here. And in my middle-aged years, I find that the work-life balance thing is like really, really important. It's paramount. Time is the one resource you can never make up for. Then there are the economic reasons to move here. In the past 2 years in the US, I've met hardworking, well-meaning, diligent people who had no choice but to live in hotel rooms, paying $400 a week to stay in basically a roach motel. These aren't losers and failures. They're people who were dealt bad cards and are desperately trying to get off the carousel of debt and lack of opportunities. Imagine this, making $30,000 a year, yet your car with insurance, payments, maintenance, yada, 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 it's going to run you about $8,000 a year. And that's like a lowball estimate. Even with a roommate, your rent and utility bills are going to run you about $15,000 a year. Just factoring that, you're already adding things up to about $25,000 a year. And that's before any expenses like food, medical, clothing. However, here in Bangkok, you can get a decent place, modern, clean, and safe for about $250 a month. And you can eat like a king for $500 to $1,000 a month if you wanted to. I don't view living abroad as people who are just copying out. I view it as common sense economically. Also, Thailand is the perfect place for the culturally adventurous. Don't let the shiny new buildings in Bangkok popping up every few months fool you. The giant malls, the cinemas, the parks, the dining options, the nightclubs, I can go on and on and on, might lull you into a sense that you're visiting a gateway country to the east. but the soul of its citizens will smack you upside your head with very concrete realizations that this is a country culturally very, very different from the US. New York and Chicago have streets bustling with traffic, but do those streets have back-to-back cars that rarely, if ever, honk at each other? Walk into any cafe in your local neighborhood and look around. How many faces do you see genuinely happy? I was once in a small town outside Stuttgart, Germany, which I really love, at a quaint little cafe. I didn't see one person smiling for 20 minutes. Again, I'm no fan of gross generalizations or orientalizing, but in Thai cafes, there's a vibe, an upbeat vibe, and you see smiles all over the place. Lastly, this is only vaguely apropos, but Thai public toilets have those little hoses that you use. They're a lot like bidets in Japan, only you're holding the hose yourself. I'm not going to get too graphic or anything like that, but it saves you a lot of time, and it is genuinely cleaner. I don't understand why this does not exist in the West. It blows my mind. Who wants to spend 10 years wiping up after In Bangkok, you can eat all the spicy food you want, and when it comes time to do your business, you're going to be squeaky clean. Yes, Lord. Now, I'm going to talk about two things real quick, and I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because I need to do more research on them. Anybody can say anything they want on YouTube, and that doesn't make it true. But anecdotally, I know that the healthcare system is one that I really enjoyed. I've never had to wait more than 15 or 20 minutes to be seen by a doctor. And I'm serious. Like, I've gone to see a doctor not too many times. I don't like going to the doctor's office, but I have gone to the doctor's office several times in the States and several times in Thailand. And in Thailand, I've never had to wait more than 15 minutes. And the next one I want to talk about is crime. Crime is relatively low in Bangkok. I've never walked anywhere in this city or been on any form of public transportation anywhere in the city, affluent or poor, and felt unsafe. That doesn't mean anything because it's strictly anecdotal, and I'm going to have to do some research on this, but it is my belief that crime in Bangkok is unusually low. Now, I could wax philosophical as the day is long, but the real reason why I'm here is it just makes me happy. As someone who has been prone to depression all my life, that means something to me, and Thailand makes me happy. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me out. Thank you very much for your time, guys.